This time, it's all about inherited homes as we look back at two brilliant builds that tugged on the heartstrings.
It's such an emotional attachment for me here.
With hearts ruling heads, we brought practicality and innovation to two couples' doors.
It's not going to feel that much like Mum's house by the time I finished.
Good point.
Wow.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, my word.
But will one mega entertaining space and extraordinarily large extension
It's like double the size.
help them decide?
Are you going to love it?
Or are you going to list it?
Inheriting a home is a real double-edged sword. Because if you inherit money, you spend it in the way you want to. You might feel it's responsibility how you spend it, but it's not so emotional. If you inherit a house that you decide not to sell because you are emotionally linked to it, it's
Yes.
much more complicated.
Agreed.
Because how do you adapt the house to how you want to live in it? By adapting it, are you eradicating the memory of your loved one?
Which could produce guilt and concern. And,
Yep.
Yeah.
And then if you're going to adapt it, why don't you just sell it and get a house which everyone is happy with? And are you forcing your partner to live in your family house?
It's full of complexities.
It's not easy, and it's not easy to get right.
With around 43% of us in the UK expecting to inherit property, this is a conundrum that many of us will face. And on that note, in 2023, Kirstie and I made our way to the merry market town of Chippenham to meet local lad Tim, his wife Sonia, their daughter Ella, and last but not least, Artie. They were a family with an inherited property that needed a good dose of love it or list it advice.
We'll start with the really easy questions.
What's your name and where'd you come from?
Hi, Stella. My name's Sonia.
The family had lived in this 4-bed semi for 8 years.
I want to love this house. I don't like moving. I've made that decision, and I just feel with what Kirstie's going to bring to it, we're going to make this a wow house.
I want to list it. Phil will find us a house, countryside, on our doorstep that we can walk out the back door and away we go.
Tim grew up in this house, and a family crisis brought him home.
We decided to move in with my mum, who'd recently been diagnosed with Alzheimer's, so that we could live and care for her in this house.
Peggy passed away in 2022.
As a family, we struggled. Seeing someone deteriorate has definitely not been easy for any of us, and definitely not for Ella.
Living here with my nan and coming home and not knowing what to expect definitely challenged me with the whole living situation. I do like the house, it's just the memories associated with the house that makes it a negative place.
Whilst the memories with Peggy were quite hard, sorry. My memories also go back to when Ella was a baby. So Peggy would look after her from when she was very, very small and care for her. And Ella loved it. And I remember her being in the kitchen and she'd be sitting there painting or helping Peggy cook. And that's a really precious memory for me.
The family need a fresh start. For Sonia, that means renovate.
For Tim, it means relocate, as the house doesn't meet their needs as a family. It's easy to see why Tim's missing out. The living area to the front of the house is cut off from the kitchen at the rear. There's no easy flow, with the dining table blocking movement between the two rooms. Upstairs, there's 3 double bedrooms, 1 single and 2 bathrooms. At the rear, there's a UPVC lean-to currently used as a utility room.
There's a lot of potential in this property. But as my husband keeps telling me, I have champagne ideas on a lager budget.
Perhaps a sparkling new home found by yours truly would be the better solution.
Is it nice?
Oh, it's a bit chilly, Phil.
Well, it's a bit foggy as well.
Oh, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
It's really chilly. Don't stand outside. Let's just go
Thank you.
straight.
Who wants to love? Who wants to list?
I'm Team List It.
I'm Team Love It.
Give us the background.
So this is actually my family home from when I grew up. So my mum and dad moved in 1966. So I grew up here.
50-odd years have passed.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
About 8 years ago, my mum was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, and we, as a family, decided to move in to live and care for her. And unfortunately, Mum passed away last September. We've got to the point where we've sort of...
What's the next step?
Yeah.
I think it's a different situation to what we're normally faced with, because neither of you have said the house doesn't do this, the house doesn't do that. It's more about an emotional journey that everyone's been through.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tim,
I can list some of those. It doesn't do that, it doesn't do that. But it's a nice estate, but we are overlooked and surrounded by other houses. So one of my wishes is to find somewhere a bit more remote, back into the countryside, detached, separation from the neighbours.
Okie doke. A little bird tells me, Sonia, you have a problem with your downstairs loo.
Yes, I do. It's horrendous. The plaster's coming off the wall.
Right.
It is damp.
Yep.
It's just not very nice. And when we are entertaining, I don't always want people coming through the house and using upstairs. I would prefer them to be downstairs using the toilet, but that can't happen in the state that it's in at the moment.
What have we got to spend on this house?
So we've got a total budget of 120,000. We don't know how far that will go in terms of construction.
Yeah.
Because I'm also keen, if we are going to make this house a love it environment, then I want a nice range-style cooker, all of the...
Adam needs a new super silent washing machine. Yep.
Yeah, and we've thought about some sort of custom joinery to again make this a wow factor in entertaining space.
Yeah.
It sounds like a fun house.
Yeah.
Can we come around a bit more often? What are you doing at the weekend?
Key to making this house work will be opening up the kitchen and living areas.
The focus really has to be on the back of the house, making this a really fantastic, entertaining, eat-in space. It just all needs pulling out, like, gone, basically. Boom, boom. Get rid of, like, build the kitchen out and just have it opening up into the garden. I see what he means about it being overlooked.
I can create a better layout, but I can't vanquish the neighbouring houses.
Yes, only I can give Tim the countryside on his doorstep that he wants. And with a listed budget of £600,000, I'm sure I can find a rural idyll to give the family a fresh start.
But if they move, they'll have to pay over 15 grand in stamp duty and over 7 in moving and legal costs.
Whoa, oh blimey, okie doke. Yes, I wouldn't want to have anyone use that loo either. It's absolutely freezing, tiny and miserable. Okay, yeah, there is a lot to do. There is a lot to do.
My Love It budget is a healthy £120,000, but for Tim and Ella to look to the future with positivity, I'll need to make this house work for the whole family.
Sonia, when it comes to the search, what's it going to take?
I don't want to have to go for a renovation. It does have to be within walking distance to a pub, but it needs to be a dog-friendly pub.
All good dog walks end in a pub.
They do.
I want to find you somewhere that's going to offer you a new chapter. It's going to be exciting, it's going to be invigorating. Got a good amount of budget, I know what I'm looking for. I'm up for it.
You've got no chance.
I think if we get it all done up, I think I could win them round. And it will be a new start for us.
This house has served not just Tim's childhood, but 8 years of multi-generational, close-quarter family living, looking after Peggy when she needed it most. I think a fresh start is much deserved, and I have a plan to deliver just that.
Without being disrespectful, it's a bit of a dog's dinner when you see it from above. So, let's turn over.
My plan is about bringing the family together by extending the downstairs to create a new cooking, living, dining area with a kitchen island acting as a subtle divide. By adding floor-to-ceiling sliding doors across the back wall, I'll bring the outside in, allowing Tim and Sonia to use the garden as part of their entertaining space, with a bit of a budget set aside for a bespoke drinks cabinet. And by converting the garage, I'll give Sonia a utility room and loo she can be proud of.
That's cool, actually.
You'll see that on the plan, Sonia, that there's a utility room.
Yeah.
It does cut a bit of space out of the garage.
That's okay.
But I think that it means that it will be totally separate from your dining and eating area.
Yeah, and the toilet stays where it is.
Don't you worry. It will be unrecognisable. You don't need it to be big, you need it to be beautiful.
It's quite emotional, isn't it?
It's very emotional.
Yeah. It's going to be great.
So that was one family happily on the road to a new start. But theirs wasn't the only inherited home Phil and I were asked to tackle that year. So our next stop, Warwickshire, near the bustling town of Stratford-upon-Avon.
Famous for...
Not more fun facts, Phil. We're here to meet teachers Jill and John, who were introduced through friends at a dinner party. After marrying and having 2 children, 8-year-old Bea and 6-year-old Ted, the family have had a busy few years moving around the country for work. But in 2020, they were drawn back to Jill's home turf, a small village on the outskirts of Stratford-upon-Avon, where John got a new job in the area, and they moved into the 2-up, 2-down house they'd inherited from Jill's mum.
So we have been here now for just over a year.
And although the deep emotional connection that Jill feels for the house means that she does not want to move, they both agree it doesn't work as a family home.
I've been holding on for a home since our children were born, a finished home, a house that works for us all, and we just haven't managed that. And Bea's now 8 years old. She hasn't got her own bedroom.
Pardon? I'm drawing a bunny.
We can't have friends and family to stay.
And for me, in addition to that, I don't think we have enough space for ourselves.
There's an existing extension with bathroom on the side of the house, which Jill's mum used as a bedroom while she was unwell. But now it's an all-purpose family space and shared home office. The kitchen is separated from the other living areas at the back of the house. And upstairs, there are 2 bedrooms and a family bathroom. A separate double garage at the front is used purely for storage. All of which gives me the information I need to convince Jill and John onto Team Listed.
So what's this all about? How can we help? Who wants to do what?
I am definitely Team Love It.
And I am definitely Team Listed.
So this was your mum's house.
It was,
You
yeah.
were living in Surrey. Give us what then happened.
We were about to sell here and we suddenly needed somewhere to live that wasn't too far away from John's new job. So it seemed like the right thing to do, to move back into here. And this was my mum's home, and I absolutely love this village, and it's such an emotional attachment for me here.
But you want to list this house.
Absolutely.
Why do you feel it's not working?
It's just too small. I just can't see a way in which we can make this house what we want. And equally, for me, it's the time beyond that. It's the time when our 2 children are teenagers. And if we're right on the edge of a big town, Stratford or wherever, they can walk in. They've got that independence.
So there's a lot to consider.
Yeah.
But what did you have in mind?
Space. Space for the children is the most important thing, so that Bea and Ted have got a room of their own, and we've maybe got a utility room. Storage is absolutely essential.
We can see the dilemma. As things are not straightforward, they're not easy. At the moment, you're quite poles apart, and that can't continue.
In 2022, Kirstie and I were in Warwickshire with Jill and John. They'd inherited a 2-up, 2-down, which was too small for their family of 4.
And it was my job to come up with a brilliant build that would fully future-proof the property. With a love-it budget of £150,000, I should be jumping for joy. But with a house this small and a long wish list that includes an extra bedroom, a bathroom, a playroom, and workspaces for Jill and John, there's a risk of overspending and not being able to recoup the costs if they decide to sell. But not being one to shy away from a challenge, I've come up with 2 plans to maximise the potential of this house.
Here we have 125,000 including VAT, and here we have 181,000 including VAT.
Okay.
So, ladies and gentlemen, right.
Ooh. At a total cost of £125,000, option A involves building a double-storey extension at the front, which creates a new hallway. Removing the stairs frees up space for a study, and there's an additional reception room. Then the wall between the kitchen and family room will be removed to create an open-plan kitchen diner. Upstairs, a new bedroom will be added, allowing Bea and Ted to have their own rooms, and will liberate a bit of their old room to make a laundry space. Lastly, an additional shower room beside the main bedroom will offer plenty of options for the whole family.
This one gives us almost a bit of breathing space to see where we go with things.
So turning over to the other plan.
Okay.
For an additional £56,000, option B involves a larger double-storey extension with space for a utility room and 2 study areas on the ground floor. Then upstairs, the larger extension will allow for 2 new ensuite bedrooms.
I'm sort of coming in, asking lots of questions, presenting a couple of plans, and then dashing off and leaving you with a lot to think about.
Okay.
The £56,000 price difference between the 2 plans is a lot to consider. They need to do some careful thinking about how they want to live in the future.
There are reasons to stay and there are reasons to go, and I can see that. But either way, this house needs updating, and that's the job that I'm going to get on with for the time being.
Back in Chippenham, no sooner had Kirstie been out the door, Tim and Sonia were on the phone booking the builders.
6 weeks after the renovation began, time for me to see if all is progressing according to plan.
Wow! Blimey, O'Reilly! It's not that much of an extension in actual terms of how much it goes into the garden. But look!
With all this space to fill, I'm here to help with the kitchen layout and ensure the island is correctly positioned to create a soft partition between the kitchen and dining areas.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
I'm sorry, I just walked into your house.
It's okay.
One day I will walk into the wrong house, get myself into a lot of trouble. How are you?
Really good, thank you.
I wish, in a way, you'd been here when I did first get here, because I was wowed. Now, do you know how big the island is?
3 metres long. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
That's not an island, that's a continental landmass.
3 metres long.
Just over, yeah.
Why?
What do you mean, why?
Why is it so big? Look at your faces, both of you. Look at both. Don't look at me like you're going to cry. This thing happens with these big open plan spaces, and everyone goes berserk with the islands.
Yeah.
Absolutely berserk.
Joking aside, as a general rule, an island should take up no more than 10% of a kitchen. So it's always best to double-check sizes before it's too late.
So I know I've come in and kind of rained on the island parade, but it's going to be amazing. It's going to be... I can't wait to come back. I mean, it is just great.
When I sit down with a couple and I know they have a very, very strong emotional link to a house, you have to be careful, but you also have to be quite tough, because you're the one who can be more pragmatic and attached. And from your perspective, it's actually quite important that people go on a search and look at other things, because it can be one of the times that people are most reticent about looking at other properties because they don't want to be tempted away from the link with the loved one.
They were also very mindful of Ella.
Yes.
And although she loved her grandmother desperately, there was sadness tied to the house. And she hadn't been able to have her friends.
No.
And they wanted to enable Ella, should she choose it, to have a kind of fresh start.
Yeah. And I think that is important. We can't burden our children with our own emotional attachments.
And with that in mind, it was important that Ella joined Phil's house hunt. Together with Tim and Sonia, they set about exploring the villages around Chippenham to find the properties with open plan entertaining space, countryside outlook and pub that their generous £600,000 budget could get them.
For my first roll of the dice, I'm taking them to the tiny village of Goatacre, which hits the spot in terms of rural setting. To see this 200-year-old period property on the market for $535,000, it's comfortably under budget. But I'm very much testing the waters with this one, from a 1960s semi to a centuries-old cottage.
Look, you've got your own orchard here.
Oh, yeah.
And the uninterrupted view. Wow.
Oh, wow.
Beautiful to have that to look out.
Outside and in, there's plenty of space for entertaining, with an enormous country-style kitchen diner, ideal for keeping cook Tim in the heart of the party. And with 2 reception rooms, Ella would have her own teenage hangout. Sonia doesn't want to do her upper, but this house does need a little TLC.
I feel that it would need, I think, a lot of work for something like this.
Yeah. She's so unconvinced. It's okay, come on, let's move on.
For our second visit, I'm taking them to Calne, a small town only a 20-minute drive from their current home. This 4-bed dormer bungalow is on the edge of the town, and I'm excited to show off its stunning countryside views. It's well under the couple's £600,000 budget at $539,000. The stylish bungalow is deceptively spacious. To the rear, the open-plan kitchen, dining and living area is exactly what the family are trying to achieve at home. But there's also a front reception room.
Through this way to the kitchen.
Oh, wow. Oh.
Oh, nice.
We can see through.
Get excited already,
Get
Sonia.
excited.
Get excited.
And then it's opened up at the back, which is where I think it gets pretty exciting.
My gosh. Wow. That's cool.
You want one of those?
Yeah. I do want one of those.
And that does, wow.
Yeah, they'd miss it.
Okay.
Sonia's getting into the swing of the search now, but it's not just the jukebox that makes this bungalow a party pad.
In all my years of house hunting, I'm not sure if I've ever seen a garden quite like this.
Wow.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, my word.
Wow.
That's amazing.
I'm getting tropical paradise tiki bar vibes aplenty. There's even a palm tree. And to add to the fun factor, you can jump in the jacuzzi.
We're back in Mauritius.
It's extraordinary.
Perfect.
Yeah, let's go stay.
Unbelievable!
The wow factor is winning over Sonia. I'm opening her eyes to the potential of a move.
Coffee on the bedroom patio.
Yeah.
Someone's own private patio.
I think it's lovely.
With Mum and Dad downstairs, Ella would have upstairs all to herself.
So up on this level,
Yeah.
You are queen of all your domain. Have a look at that.
In love.
So that would be your bathroom?
Love. Very, very. Love. Yeah.
And then I think this room is just really cool.
Oh, also love. Oh, it's bigger than my current room, which is even better.
I know that it's really important to them that you're happy.
Yes, I agree. If I'm happy, they're happy kind of thing, and I would be very happy.
Good.
Here.
Good. Well, let's see what they think.
I think this property is amazing.
Yeah.
The outside space is exactly what we would look for.
Yeah, it's a nice property.
It's making you think.
Unfortunately, yes.
Yay!
Come on! That's good. Kirstie can wave her magic wand all over their house, but she simply cannot compete with this or produce anything like it, which means I reckon things are looking up for Team List here.
Back in 2023, Kirstie and I were tasked with helping out two couples who'd inherited homes. In Chippenham, it was about memories versus layout for Sonia and Tim, while in Warwickshire, it was all about location versus space for Jill, John and their two growing children.
I'd suggested two ways to extend, with two very different budgets. But as often happens in life, not all went to plan.
Since Kirstie pitched her ideas, a lot has happened. We had quite a big planning delay. It takes long. We're in a conservation area, and that took a while.
So just over 1 year after I left them, the Team Love It project is finally underway.
There was also the imperative to get going because prices have just gone stratospheric. It's really just trying to manage that.
They have opted for a version of Plan A, but with rising building costs, it would be wrong to call it the less expensive option.
So we have had to go up to over, it's got to be in the region of just over 200 as a finished project.
They have cleverly adjusted my plans to give themselves a downstairs utility room and new bathroom upstairs. But otherwise, it is Plan A all the way, starting with the foundations for what will be a large extension.
It's never been about having a palace or a huge home.
The biggest transformation will probably be for the children. Each of them needs their own bedroom, and it doesn't matter how big it is, they just need their own space.
And boy, did they get it. And 18 months after my first visit, the transformation is gobsmacking.
Wow. That is a very large two-storey extension. It almost dwarfs the original house. So I'm really looking forward to getting inside.
This is a huge project, and I really feel for Jill, John and the kids, having to go through what I expect were some very tough times.
I know that it's been really hard to get to this point.
It has been hard, but we've got here. We're smiling now.
Yeah,
we're smiling now.
We had no front door.
We had no front door. We had no heating at one point.
No heating.
And this is February.
We're not home yet.
We're not home yet.
But it's soon. Soon.
Now, with the build almost complete, we're entering a crucial part of the process, and I need them to focus on how they want to use the new spaces.
What are you thinking about for this room?
So this room has got to work for the children in the first instance.
Right.
We want to think about colour in here as well, because obviously it's a white box.
What I would have is pictures and also cushions. One of the nicest things now is that you can go to places which are not expensive and get really fun cushions.
Jill is right. Adding colour to this room will change it from a white box to something more fun to spend time in. And there are many ways to add a splash. Cushions are a wonderful way to add a pop of colour to a neutral room, and it's no secret they are an obsession of mine. The cussionscape can change with the seasons too. Choose warmer reds and orange tones to give a cosy feel to winter's long evenings. And swap to a cooler palette of greens and blues in the spring.
It's obviously been really tough. But now look, they are this close to being in a fantastic new home, which still has the spirit of Jill's mum.
And it was that kind of balance that Phil and I were hoping for as we paid our final visit to Chippenham, where Tim had long been wanting to list, but Sonia still loved the 4-bed where they'd lived with Nana Peggy.
9 months after our first visit, decision day was upon us.
Hello, good morning.
We are gonna. You go in, get out of this weather. Yep.
Whoa.
We're gonna. Oh, okay.
It's blown that
There
umbrella.
we are. Okay, doke.
Best get your brolly down, Pip, because you're about to be blown away. Their home was, with its warren of small rooms, a house divided. By opening up and extending the rear, I'm bringing this family back together.
What have you done?
What haven't we done?
I am stunned.
Yeah, I'm stunned. It's
I
beautiful.
am completely stunned.
Tim and Sonia are big-time party people, and they wanted a home they could entertain in without Tim being stuck away in the kitchen.
And by following the plan to extend, they've got it. The couple had discussed bifold doors, but I'm glad they stuck with my idea of sliders. They are spectacular.
It's very flashy.
Every time I come down in the morning, it just makes me smile. It's so open, so bright, so lovely compared to what it was.
Sonia's secret shame was the downstairs loo. But party guests can powder their nose in style in the Swish WC. And by stealing some space from the garage, they were able to create a much-needed utility room. Now, let's talk about the island. I do love the sleek granite worktop. The bar stools do make it a social space. And the champagne trough is a luxe touch. And now Tim sits firmly at the heart of the party.
Okay, I'll say it. Actually, it does work. And I'm not just being nice, I really, really mean that. Thank
She's never just nice.
And while the whole family are rightfully proud of all they've achieved, it hasn't resolved all of Tim's issues.
And I just want to take you back to that second house. What's been going through your mind after that viewing? And you were blown away.
I did get really carried away with that house, and it was beautiful, really well decorated. I loved the garden, but then we came back and we spoke about it, and I said, that's still not going to give me what I think this is going to give me.
And where were you at after that?
Loved it. I want that attic room was...
Yes.
It's kind of always been like a hope of having an attic room.
And the budget, it was affordable.
Yeah. This might be the moment to mention. You spent
133.
on a house that was worth £370.
How much have they added to the value of the house?
Approximately £65,000.
I'll take that.
The family have poured their hearts into this renovation, and while they haven't recouped their investment, they have turned an inherited house into, fingers crossed, their forever home.
You moved back into this house to do something which you did.
Yeah.
It's not something everyone's capable of, and it wouldn't have been easy at times.
Nope.
So I think you deserve everything you've given yourself. So, are you going to love it?
Or are you going to list it?
9 years ago when we moved in, we had a conversation as a family. Are we going to do this? And we all agreed at that time. Ella was very young, and we've had a conversation about the new house, how it makes us feel, and I'm going to give Ella the choice.
I was on Team List It because I wanted a new start. I had bad memories with this house, and I thought even if by making a new kitchen, those bad memories would stay. But now being here, I'm gonna love it.
We're all gonna go. Sorry. Right, OK, let's pull ourselves together before we all lose it.
Sorry.
Right. Right. Where was I?
So I'm gonna make new memories here because I think it's important for all of us to have a fresh start in this house that we do love.
Congratulations, all of you. On the same page. At last.
Yes.
Yes.
It's now 8 months later, and the family have no regrets.
The love it was totally the right decision for us. Ella is loving it, and I'm so pleased. We're both so pleased.
And it absolutely was Ella's decision. If she'd had still the negative sort of memories and didn't want to stay here, we would have listed it and we'd be out by now.
The renovation was all about a fresh start, and so there have been more new projects since we left.
We're still adding to it. We're still making changes. You've done lots of work with the garden. That was a quite big project, making sort of a seating area ready for when we do the outdoor kitchen.
You have these great windows, but what are you going to look out on?
Yeah.
We're one of those couples that have actually listened to the recommendations and taken them on. Yeah, that won't get the edit, but anyway.
That was an emotional day for everybody, that decision, wasn't it?
I just loved what they did with the house. I just loved what they did with the house, and I loved that they handed over the decision to Ella.
Oh, she was great. They were all great.
They made a real sacrifice when they moved in, and they really deserved the fresh start.
100%. When people arguably overspend, but they do it deliberately and they do it intentionally, and they know they're going over the ceiling price, and that's cool, then...
If you want to overspend on your property, then that's up to you.
Yeah.
And there are a lot worse things to spend money on.
Today, we're looking back at brilliant builds that came from inherited homes. Tim and Sonia's incredible kitchen extension has convinced daughter Ella that new memories could be created in their gigantic entertaining space.
I'm gonna love it.
But in Warwickshire, all was still to play for with Jill and John. While both agreed they needed more space in the family home inherited from Jill's mum, John was after a new home with more scope for the family to grow and a location nearer to a town. I had £750,000 to show them something they could agree on. So, to my first offering. At £775,000, it's slightly stretching their ideal budget, but it's a belter, less than a mile from the centre of Stratford, and has all the space they're looking for. It ticks every box.
Come on in. We'll head out the back. So this house has been extended out the back here. It's really sung to me in terms of what you two are looking for. Something that is open, where you've got sitting, eating, cooking, enjoying the garden.
We've got this lovely, relatively diminutive garden with an outdoor entertainment space. This is great,
I need to see more.
The location and size of this property is exactly what they're looking for, and I can tell John would move tomorrow.
I mean, it's got some good storage.
It's relatively quiet, even in spite of the road.
Jill, on the other hand, might take a bit more convincing.
You would have to spend money coming in, getting a carpenter to put in storage underneath there, storage there. So again, you know, every room we're looking at, you can just go, yeah, it needs that, it needs that, it needs that, and we wouldn't have that money.
This property has not convinced Jill, but hopefully my final offering will bear more fruit for Team Listed. It's in Long Marston, just an 18-minute drive from their current home, coming in at £750,000.
See what you think of this one.
Wow. Oh, it's cosy and it's big.
Oh, yeah. Come on through to the kitchen. This is, I think, really special.
Oh, wow. This is really, really good space.
It's fantastic. You've done incredibly well.
Thank you. I will take that in the spirit that it's meant.
OK, strong start. Hopefully the 5 bedrooms upstairs can help seal the deal. 2 of the rooms share an ensuite, and the main bedroom has its own. There's also a good-sized family bathroom.
Oh, hang on a minute. It's a bathroom as well. Oh, I can hear you. Hello. Hey. Oh, it's a good sized bedroom, this
Well,
one.
both
Is it the same? Is it the same?
Yeah, less space as a spare room. It's absolutely fantastic, but that one...
Yeah. I mean, in a way, they're the 3 bedrooms, aren't they?
Well, it's clear this house delivers what they've been looking for, but is that enough to tempt Jill onto Team Listed?
Possibly. Yeah, it has. It's got a lot more space, and that's what we've got to think about and talk about.
So I've given you proper food for thought whilst you complete the build.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
I'll take that. It finally feels like there is potential to get Jill to join John on Team Listed.
On the outskirts of Stratford-upon-Avon, after more than 18 months of upheaval, it's time to find out if Jill and John have decided to love their newly extended home or to head for pastures new.
This extension is one of the biggest double stories we've ever had, and it's impressive, to say the least. It really does feel like a completely different house.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, we're all...
Okey-doke.
Would you like to come on in?
I'm very keen to come on in.
Come on
Feel
in.
less keen.
I wonder why.
Previously, the small, disconnected family room and kitchen did not provide the communal space they needed. But by knocking down the wall, they've given themselves the bright, open-plan kitchen diner they craved, with enough space for the whole family to cook and eat together.
Ooh. Light, bright, all sparkling brand new. It's very smart. I'm a bit gobsmacked.
Yeah.
Just walking up, it looks like you've built an extra house on the old one. But having lived through these bleak times, did you end up with a decent bedroom?
Yeah, it's really great.
Good. Ted, what can we have a look? We'll look at
A room over there.
Right,
Okay.
okie dokie.
Sounds like a plan.
The new extension has added so much new square footage, it really does feel like a different house, with multifunctional rooms for the whole family.
This is a sofa bed. This is largely for Grandma and Grandpa, so when they come, that's largely for Ted doing his art. Then you've got all the storage behind, and plenty of light, which is great.
Sometimes with extensions, it's not just the extra square footage, it's the usable space of the rest of the house becomes much better. And it sounds like, because you moved the staircase, that's what's happened here.
It's still not where I want it to be.
After you.
After you.
That's the spirit, John. Keep the Team Listed flag flying high.
I have to admire your blind optimism sometimes, Phil. Why would they move? Look at what they've done. Downstairs, they've refreshed the living room and created the utility room Jill was desperate for. Upstairs, there's a dressing room and 2 bathrooms. And finally, no more sharing for Ted and Bea, as they each have their own bedroom.
Now, I am keen to find out which way this is going to go.
When we first met, the difficulty was looking down the track at teenagers and becoming a taxi service. And on the search, we focused on actually solving that. And I think it was a really worthwhile search because it demonstrated you could solve that within the budget that you had. Actually, you've put so much emotion and finance and hard work and love and grit and everything into this, and it's amazing, and it works 100%.
Definitely, and I think there was always that question right at the start of how do we do this without overdeveloping the site.
So what do you think you did spend in the end?
I think in total we spent just over, coming up to 220.
Average pre-renovation valuation was 533,000.
Okay.
You have spent around 220,000.
Okay.
So what would you hope the valuation had come in at?
I think we'd hope that it would be around the 750 mark.
777,000.
Oh my goodness.
I have to say, Jill, I'm very impressed, and I think a lot of that is the nice detailing that you've put in.
Well done, you.
I really wanted to give you and Bea and Ted a home that you will be really, really happy in. And we would be, we could just stop and breathe. Yeah.
So, before we all end up in floods of tears, John, Jill,
Are you going to love it?
Or are you going to have some cake? Or are you going to list it?
Well, you might be surprised.
So we're going to love it.
Of course you are. And so you should.
Having spent now a little bit more time in the village and having had so much support from people in the village, having engaged in so much more of the village life, actually this situation and circumstance works for us perfectly.
It's home. It's home. It was my mum's home and it's our home. And we're very happy here.
They did a fantastic job, a very big job, and they spent a lot of money doing it, but they did virtually double the size of the house.
They redid the entire thing. It felt completely different.
Yeah, totally. It was exceptional. A really good example of people adapting a home for the next generation. When it was her mum's home, it didn't suit them, and now it does. The key thing is, though, they made the money back.
They did indeed. We try.